All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today we are going to crack the code on those super confusing skincare labels. And we're talking specifically about what you need to know if you have dry, melanin-rich skin.
I mean, you've totally been there, right? You're standing in the aisle, you pick up a bottle, and you're just staring at this long, crazy list of chemical names. And you're just wondering, is this stuff going to be a friend to my skin, or is it secretly a foe?
You know, for those of us with melanin-rich skin, it's not just about finding a moisturizer that feels nice. The stakes are actually a lot higher. The wrong ingredient can cause irritation, and that little bit of irritation, it can lead to those stubborn, lasting dark spots. That's what we call post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, or PIH. And that's exactly why getting this right is so crucial.
So let's do this. Let's become skincare detectives. Together, I'm going to give you a framework, a kind of roadmap, to investigate any moisturizer out there. The goal? So you can walk down that skincare aisle and feel totally confident in the choices you're making for your skin. All right, let's dive right in. Okay, first things first. We need to identify the good guys. You know, the ingredients that are going to hydrate, soothe, and protect that all-important skin barrier.
Okay, so think of this in two parts. First, you've got your moisture magnets. These are things like glycerin and sodium hyaluronate. Their job is to pull water deep into your skin, kind of like a sponge. But what good is that water if it just evaporates, right? So, part two is the seal. You need ingredients like squalane or sunflower seed oil to come in and lock all that goodness in. That 1-2 punch is absolutely fantastic for fighting off dryness.
But it's not just about hydration, right? Your skin barrier needs protection too. So you're also on the lookout for powerful antioxidants. Think vitamin E, think white tea extract. These are like bodyguards for your skin, fending off environmental stress. And to keep everything calm and happy, you want a superstar soother like Allantoin. Oh, and here's a pro tip. If you see cetearyl alcohol on a label, don't freak out. It's one of the good guys. It's a fatty alcohol that actually helps condition the skin. It doesn't dry it out.
All right, so we know who the heroes are. Now let's flip the script and talk about the potential villains. These are the red flags, the ingredients that can really cause trouble, especially for sensitive, melanin-rich skin. And this brings us to one of the biggest and honestly sneakiest triggers out there, fragrance. I know, a product might smell absolutely amazing, but that gorgeous scent, it could be the very thing that's irritating your skin. And we know what happens next, right? For melanin-rich skin, that irritation can be a one-way ticket to those dark spots we are trying so hard to prevent.
So, on the label, the most obvious thing to look for is just the word parfum, or fragrance. But it gets trickier, because brands also list out specific components, things like linalool and limonene. So here's your key detective tip. The higher up these words are on that ingredient list, the more of it is in the product, and the more cautious you probably want to be.
Okay, so we've got the theory down, but now it's time to put our new detective skills to the test in the real world. We're going to do a showdown, product A versus product B. Two popular moisturizers head-to-head. Let's see how they stack up.
Okay, let's look at the evidence. At first glance, both of these look pretty good. They've both got a strong lineup of those hydrators and antioxidants we were talking about. But our investigation uncovers a shared red flag. See it? Both of them contain fragrance. And if we look closer at product B, there's another potential player here, retinol. Now, retinol is a powerhouse. It's a form of vitamin A that can do amazing things for the skin, but it can also be way too intense for some people, especially if your skin is sensitive. So, after looking at all this evidence, what's the final verdict? Which one wins? Well, here's the thing. It's not a simple case of good versus bad. As you're about to see, the right choice really, truly depends on you and your skin. Let's break down product A, the lightweight lotion. This could be a fantastic choice for you if your skin is dry but not super sensitive. You know, you want that hydration, but you hate that heavy, greasy feeling. Perfect. But if you know your skin freaks out with fragrance, or if your skin barrier is feeling a little weak right now, then yeah, you're going to want to proceed with caution on this one. Okay, now for product B, that rich cream. This stuff is an absolute powerhouse for really dry, flaky skin. I mean, it's packed with all those rich butters. But, and this is a big but, that potent mix of retinol and fragrance, that makes it a much riskier choice for the delicate skin on your face, especially if you know you're prone to that post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation.
So, what's the game plan? It's actually pretty simple. It's all about where you're putting the product. For your face,
Product A is probably the safer bet, but you absolutely 100% should patch test it first to make sure that fragrance doesn't bother you. Now, for your body, think elbows, knees, heels, those really dry spots. Product B and its rich formula is going to be an amazing choice.
And you know what? That's really the big secret here, this whole skincare detective thing. It's not about labeling products good or bad. It's about empowering yourself to become an expert on one thing, finding the right product for your unique skin to do the right job.
So I'm going to leave you with a mission. Go on, right now, grab a moisturizer off your shelf. Flip it over and examine the evidence. Because with everything you've learned today, you now have all the tools you need to be your very own skincare detective.